Hey guys, welcome back to DMAC Customs on YouTube. Dave here in the garage, Area 51. This week I'm thinking brakes. So I've got to put all the bracketry and that up under the dash, anyway, over there, before I can kind of figure out where all the wiring and all that other crap's got to go. So let's get at it, put some stuff together and see if it all still fits. Alright, so I got my master cylinder. I thought I might as well give that a bit of a clean up before we go too much further, before we bolt that back onto the booster and whatnot. So it's pretty good actually, like it is actually pretty clean, and it's pretty clean inside, I think, from memory. So yeah, we don't have to do a whole lot. So I'll just put a bit of a soak down. Oh, this can's a bit of juice in it. A couple of like machine screws here that hold the reservoir on. See if I can get this off without damaging it. I don't know whether I want to risk it. Yeah, nah, I won't bother. I'll just try and get it as clean as I can with it in place, I reckon. Okay, so that's that kind of cleaned up a bit. Like I say, it wasn't too bad to start with. It's like good enough for what I want for now. This is a master cylinder out of a Holden Commodore for you fellas and not in the South Pacific, New Zealand, Australia. Holden Commodore is a GM product, built, designed and assembled for the most part in Australia. Now no longer a thing. Holden is gone, but yeah, it was from a VZ Commodore, which is 2004 to 2006, I think. Same with the booster, just something I got from Pick Apart. So yeah, that hopefully will work all good. I'm pretty sure if it doesn't, I'll be able to find something else that works anyways. But so that's what that's from. So I was going to go and grab the booster so I can kind of reassemble it. There we go. It does have this little gasket on here that's probably seen better days, but should be alright. Yep, reconditioned. So it can sit up on there. Come on, simple task. Just put these nuts back on there for now. These are the nuts that go on the inside of the firewall. Oh, that's the grommet. Yep. Alright, I know what I'm doing, sort of. Little bung in here that I put in here for masking. It's just a... yeah. So that comes out. And how grubby is that? Give that a bit of a wipe down. Put a little grommet bung back in here for the brake vacuum line hose thing. Yeah, good. And then this is our little thing, I think. Little one-way valve. Whew. Just goes in there. Might just leave that hose on there for now because I want that little clip, and I just want to leave that somewhere safe. So I've got to figure out which way is up and which way is down on this. I think it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So it might go that way. And we'll just have to, the vacuum hose come up over across the top. It's probably the way, I think. And that'll go on like so. I think that's about it actually. I'm just going to bolt that on. Down around the side as well. But yeah, it goes on like that. A couple of spring washers. some reason I've got extra bolts, extra nuts here. I don't know which is which. Okay, two of these one things is not like the other. They go on there. What do we need? 12 mil, maybe something like that. Alrighty, so that's that reassembled. Nice and easy and simple. Everything went according to plan. And yeah, now it's got to go and have a look at the plate on the firewall. Actually, I have to do a little bit of modificating on that. Well, not modificating, I've got to do some stuff, drill some stuff in that. So let's go and check it out. Yeah. Okay, so this here, at the moment it's got like the factory kind of gauge screws and stuff in it, but I don't think that'll pass the muster for our low volume cert. So I'm going to take these out and drill them out and nut and bolt it with washers, because at the moment from the inside, oh, I should move that, hang on, hopefully you'll be able to see in here, from the inside it is basically just screws coming through the sheet metal and whatnot. And so if you're kind of, even though it's tied to the column, if you're pushing the pedal, it's gonna be pushing against that somewhat. Not really, but it's because it's tied to the column, tied to the dash, it should be alright. But our rules here are kind of a little funny with all sorts of things, so I'm gonna bolt that and washer it, so it should disperse the push through the washers and not just have like those kind of like big self-tapper type screws. I'll take one out and show you. See, all they are is just like a screw like that, so they're not going to have much kind of bite through. So my plan is to drill these out and put a nut bolt washers sort of fastening system on there, especially washers on the inside. This is 1/8 inch plate, so that'll be, you know, got plenty of strength in it, but it's way stronger than the firewall that it's around, if that makes sense. So these screws are only just grabbing as well. Did this the most awkward way possible, I think. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so also I probably should put some kind of draft seal of some sort around there, whether I make a, I haven't got anything wide enough to make a one-piece kind of gasket, unless I used gasket paper, but yeah, nah, I've got that rubber stuff that I've been using for other things, but it's only, wouldn't actually get all of that, so unless I did it in 2 pieces maybe. Not really ideal to do it in 2, but it only has to, once it compresses, kind of stop water and stuff getting in there, if you know what I'm saying. It's like the same, so that's probably a bit on the heavy side. I've got that other stuff, I don't know where it is now. It's about that sort of thickness, but it's buried in here, or it might be in that box. I'll find it. Found it. See? So it would almost, it's not far off, but how could I join it if I did it that way? Still be a join. Went that way. Unfortunately, this doesn't come where I can get it from in any wider things as well, so wider pieces, so I might have to be doing something like that. Yeah, that'll be right, I think. And then I just have to come inside that X amount. And how much of the bottom do I need to get from there to there? I can cut that out of that middle bit. Oh, she's close. Just going to cut this to the inside of my outside line. So hopefully it's not all too visible when it's all bolted in place, you know. Hopefully. Alright, and punch some holes in there. Maybe I do need a metal surface on there. Alright, see how this fits. Little trim. Alright, might be alright. Just the join. Snippage. Just like that. Now, how do we hold it together? Might as well F to it. Okay, the lid's glued on now. Awesome. Ah, come on. There we go. Okay, that gives me a little bit of hope for the rubbers on my fender skirts. Uh-oh. I was going to say I don't need much, but then I poured a whole heap of it on here, so which way does that go? That way? That way, so gotta go. No. Oh, now I'm confused. It goes that way, so I need to glue on this side. I hope. Alrighty, so now do I stick this little one on first? Oh. Alrighty, so that gasket should work. It's just I didn't really need to kind of glue the bejesus out of it. I just needed to hold on there to make it easier for me to actually install, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, now next up I've got to drill some holes. These are all the holes I'm going to open up pretty much to that outside size and just sort of make them like a 7mm hole or a 1/4 inch and a little bit, but I'm going to go through them twice. I've got a smaller bit that I'm just going to slowly work them open, so hopefully I won't chew any of this up. Oh, that was easy. Whoa, that was scary. Alright, step up. Got a drill bit in my pocket. It's always good to do stuff like this after you've painted things, you know. Think of it later. Oh, scary. Ooh, yep, there it is. So, now I've got to try and bolt this back on by myself. That's got to tuck under that there. So if I can get one started, we should be alright. I might be able to do that through here. See what I'm saying? Oh yeah. This will be the tricky part. Yes. How about that? Yeah, will that stay there long enough for me to get any more started? I want to do this, but half in, half out type of deal. Where is it? Go there. Oh. Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, boy. I put all these inside thinking it would be a good idea because that's where I need them, but it turns out I actually want them on the outside. So I can do this. Like that. Through the speedo holes. Find it. Oh, harder to reach, that one. The heater duct in the way. Yes. And this one here might be a bit trickier to reach. Can't reach. Oh, I can just touch it. Oh, my arm's not quite long enough. Oh, might be right, maybe. So close. The washer. Almost started, not quite. How many got left? 3 to do. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Lucky last. Might be able to get that through from this side. Oh no. Sweet. Woo. Why doesn't that want to go on? Is there a problem with this cap screw? Sweet. Sometimes you just got to approach things from a different angle. Okay, so that's them all bolted up. More difficult than you would think, you know. But yeah, got there in the end. So they're all tight. What do we do next? Pedal assembly and bracketry and stuff. Yep. Okay. Oh, look at that. Money. As my dear old mother always says, you see a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. And that was 10 cents, so day's not over yet. Just got to bolt this back together. Okay, so it doesn't want to. Cool. Doing a good job so far. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, so if you look up under there, you can see where it kind of bolted and washed from the back there. That is actually a sort of second layer on there as well, like a second layer of sheet metal, just for, you know, extra strength. It's like having 2 washers on, you know what I'm saying? So next up, I've got to get this pedal assembly up under the dash, and this part of it here lands on top of the column dropper. I cannot remember at this point whether I've got to take the bolts off that, because there's 2 other cross braces that are supposed to go on there too, but I was kind of wondering whether I even need them, because this is tied to the firewall rather than, you know, tying the column to the firewall that way. So I've got a different tie-in, so I might just try putting it in without taking the nuts off just there just yet, because I mean there's enough meat there to put another bolt on top. But then if I have to drop the column for any reason, I've got a kind of double nut situation going on. So I'm wondering, I can't remember how I did it. I don't know. Well, if I undo it, what's going to happen? Yeah, I've got a funny feeling I do need to. Yeah, okay, well, I'll undo these nuts, or should I try fitting it up there now? I'll try fitting it up and just sit it on top and see what it does. Alrighty, so I've got it kind of, it's not really sitting where it needs to go in either position, which kind of tells me that I think I do need to undo those column dropper nuts off there. So with that being said, I might actually bolt it to the firewall with just a nut and bolt, a couple of nuts and bolts through there. But to do that, I need to undo that column dropper first. So I've got to pull it back out, undo the column dropper, maybe tie a bit of string or something around it so the column shouldn't go anywhere, and then put it back in there. So figure out how to get this in and out easily. Beauty, what are you doing? There we go. There's. Wash this off. I'll just see it. Drop that down a little bit. Just loosen this off again, just to give me a little bit more flexibility with adjustment if it needs it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, come on. Okay, I wonder if I can get it. Try and get these on the back of there. Okay, I've lost one already. There it is. Okay, so that can't fall down now, so that's good. How's that going to sit? Do I put those other braces on? That is the ultimate question. Get some light on the talent here, you know. This is a kind of really difficult portion to film, I guess, like trying to get up underneath and, you know, get my big head in the way, and then I forget the camera's pointing in the wrong direction, and for that, ladies and gentlemen, I must apologise. I don't know which one goes where. One's shorter than the other. These braces go from that column dropper up and through the firewall, and yeah, I don't know which is which, so I just got to figure that out. Which one looks closer? Oh, that one looks further away, so I'd say that's the long one. There you go. Hopefully you can see what's going on there. After I get that through there, maybe you have to get that through here, and then maybe that has to go through there. Then does that want to fit on there? Try the other side. Go through the dash hole. There, get stuck. I know what I do, I need to back those things right off. and then I can tighten them up. Okay, I'm starting to get a sweat on. I've decided I need to back these adjuster rod things right off, so I've got heaps of slack. I was trying to do it, you know, without moving them at all, because they're kind of, I'm pretty sure I left them where they were. So anywho, right, I'll get these back in and we'll be back. Alrighty, so now I can tighten these two braces back up. I ultimately decided I would put them in because otherwise I've got holes in the firewall that I've got to decide what to do with. And potentially, oh, how long is, why isn't it going? You know, like get a little bit more bracing, so if you have an accident you get fully impaled on the Widowmaker steering column, you know. That's better. So now I can just kind of pinch that like so. That should do us. And then I'm going to do the other one, which is tucked up there, so I'll just do it and I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, so that means these are the other side of those braces. They come poking out through the firewall like a eyesore. Ugly, but they are what they are. When it's all said and done, I might kind of go around and give them a little bit of a touch up with some colour, so they're not quite so, well, they're going to be ugly regardless, I think, but it is what it is. Like I've always said, I want this to kind of have a factory look to it, you know, even though it's a custom. Know what I'm saying? Yorty, just like that. Alrighty, so I can probably take these two bolts out again now, and then I can possibly slide the booster into place. So hopefully, operative word. Alright, anyway, what's that one so snug? Anyway, I'll take those bolts out and we'll have a crack at putting the booster in. Alright, let's feed this thing through the hole there. Why doesn't that want to go anywhere? Oh, is it going to stay there? Hopefully. It's crooked. What's going on? Just go and see if I can get a nut on the back so it doesn't want to fall out. Go home. I've just got to basically bolt this all up. Is that in the right place? No, trying to put it on top of that other thing. So just bolting this up. I've already got the push rod onto the clevis pin on here, so we'll just quickly tighten these up. How does this clip work again? It's got a you got to push it in, push it down, then push it up. Push it in, push it down. Is that it? Oh, that is it. So that's the pedal. Oh, I've got to tighten those up. Bring it home. Last one. Okay, so that's it, all bolted up. Secured, tight, and done. I'm not going to push on that pedal assembly just yet because I don't want it spitting any residue of that brake cleaner and brake fluid and stuff out. Okay, stupid GoPro just shutting off whenever it damn well pleases. But yeah, that's the booster in situ. Pretty sure the bonnet still shuts with it there. I can probably run that vacuum line down and around and under the master cylinder into wherever it goes, back there somewhere. I don't know where it goes. I don't know where the vacuum line goes on an LS motor. I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, the booster thing. Pretty sure it comes off the back of the manifold somewhere, doesn't it? Oh, there. I think that's it there. I think that's it. But yeah, so I've got to get some hose for that as well. Tonight, that's enough for tonight. So we'll be back at it on the weekend, I think. So I've got pretty much only half a day on Saturday to get something done. So I probably won't get it all done, everything that I wanted to. I wanted to make the brake line, and I want to start bleeding up the brakes. Just look for leaks, so I'll have to get it up in the air and, you know, pump the pedal, you know, fill it up, let it go, and see if anything leaks. But anyway, we'll leave that as it is for today, and we'll be back in a couple days. See you then. Hey guys, just a little quick update. So it's the next day, and I came down to the garage and had to pack up some gear for a little lettering job I've got to do tomorrow, which I don't think I'll film. It's only just a single name. And then got detoured into brake line stuff. Now, I did intend to put a coil in here, and I thought I'd left heaps of extra brake line to be able to do that, but I kind of didn't really factor in having to get around the induction thruster tube. So with that being said, I'm just going to bring them up like that, and they're actually going to be P-clamped up here anyway, because of our low volume certification laws, our brake lines have to be P-clamped, rubber clamped, or like clamped with a rubber sheath type of thing every 300 millimeters or 12 inches every foot. And so it makes the brake lines pretty rigid anyway, and the coils are designed to kind of give a little bit of flexibility and a bit of give. But if my brake lines are pretty much fixed to the body, rigid, the booster's fixed to the body, rigid, there's not really gonna be any give to give, if you know what I'm saying. I never coiled the truck's brake lines, and they've been on there for like 8 years, so and that thing flexes like nobody's business. So yeah, so that's the route that I'm going to take. Hopefully you can sort of see what's going on there. So I'll have to put a double P clamp there, one for front and one for rear. This is the rear line, I think. It's not tight yet, but yeah, so I'll hopefully tomorrow afternoon, I'll be able to get back down here and run that other brake line, and from the junction splitter for the front, and then up to the master cylinder. Then might even, I don't know if I got any brake fluid actually. Might have to look at, see whether I got any, and we can look at maybe bleeding. I don't know, what have we got? Dot 4. Does that sound good? Have we got any more? Compressor oil, can you use compressor oil? Fork oil, brake clean, or carby clean. Yeah. Primary oil, leftover motorcycle stuff. Yeah, so I might need to grab me some more brake fluid. But yeah, anyway, till tomorrow. So it's the next day. I've been out and done the little job I had to go and do. So back onto the brakes on this Area 51. So I really need to get this thing up on the air and get it up on stand so I can get underneath it. So we might just see about doing that before I go any further. So jack it up. I had it jacked up last week. I should have just left it up in the air, but yeah, anyway. Let's have a look under here. There it is, right there. I'm pretty sure I even put the what's it in there, the fitting I need. Hang on, I haven't got enough hands. Yes, I did. That's the fitting I need, and I'm pretty sure it was a double flare. Where does that other brake line go? Yeah. It goes up there, it's P clamp there. Oh yeah, sweet. Okay, so get some Bundy tube. Got the fitting that I need right there. Got lots of extras just in case. And this is the other fitting that I need. Now that's got like a bubble flare rather than a double flare, so I've got to make sure that those fittings go on. And I need my brake toolage, which is in here, worth its weight in gold, this thing. This is an auto body now professional brake flaring tool. I bought this off Amazon, I think, and well worth it, man. So much easier. So we've got to figure out how much we need, so we'll go and get a length cutting device. Let's go. A bunch more. It should be heaps. Cutting tool out. These are neat little tools for cutting tubing. They got rollers and blades and stuff, and you just twist them down and tighten it. Twist, tighten, twist, tighten, twist, and then that's it. Cut. The only thing is mine's a little bit munted and it does close off the edge of the hole a bit, so I have to go and kind of deburr it a little bit. Okay, so I've got to start trying to form a shape. This is the tricky part when you've got all this other shit in the way. I kind of maybe should have done this before I put the turbo and thruster injection module hooflungy watsits in there, but I didn't. So I'm going to kind of rough it in, get it roughly where I want it to be, and try and feed it through, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm going to go hold it so we can have a look from underneath, you know what I'm saying? Okay, whoa, so I might actually cut that a bit short after all of that. So I really want that to follow that down through there so I can double up these P-clamps. It's probably almost the right length if I got that bend in the right place, so out she comes. So what I'm gonna do is I'll put the fitting, straighten this out a bit, put the fitting for the bottom joiner on, so I'll do that flare and fit that on, and then see if we can manipulate it to bring it all up the top. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we'll do that. Alright, so this is the flare I want. I've already kind of deburred my ends of my tube, so I'll put that on. I don't have to put it on right now, I've just got to remember to put it on later. So I've got my 3/16, is it 3/16? I don't know, something like that. So that just goes in there, and that just goes in there. The other way, the right way, and that comes across, lock the pin in, kind of pinch it down, not tight, and then level it out. Double flare, there's two steps, there's op 1, op 2 sort of thing. So this one here is op 1, operation 1 for 3/16. So you just push that in there, go squeeze, and that does your single flare, flint bubble. And then op 2, which is one of these orange ones, that one there, to do the double. And then Take her out. There it is. Yorty. Right, so I'll put my fitting on and then we'll take it over there and see how we can wrestle this into the car, make it fit, hopefully. Hopefully it's not too short now. Fitting on. Good. Right, now I might feed it through from the top to get me started, I think. Is that a good idea? Yeah. It's going to go down there. Just going to fall in. That should be alright, hopefully. I wonder if I should put something over there. Ooh, it's dusty. Alright, back underneath. Oh yeah, it should be alright actually. I might mark that. I can rejiggle this once it's kind of starting to get tightened up. What I might do now is mark where I want to cut this and put my fitting on and pull it all back out. I'll grab a pen. So I might actually pull it out a little bit further. It gives me a little bit more bendy and twisty room. So it's going to go in about there. So I'm going to cut it right there. Alright, go and unbolt it from the bottom and pull it out. And that down. So it's actually kind of pretty close on my guess. I thought I was going to be short, but turns out I'm 6'3". But yeah, made it work. Routing it in a nice way. I had to unbend something a little bit bringing it out, but it'll be okay. Alright, deburr that end. Okay, so you can see that. Put my hand, is there a clean backdrop? That's the fitting I've got to the flare I've got to reproduce for this side, which is, I'm just calling it a bubble because it's kind of a bubble flare, and but I've got to get this little bit of hose, little bit of tube off of there, which is the factory Holden one, so I can reuse this fitting. I've probably got other fittings that I could use, but I'm going to reuse the Holden one. That way I know that the thread is correct and the kind of bit where it butts up against it is on point as well. So I'll just kind of cut this off somehow. I can't get these in here because it's all bent and stuff. Just have to use a hacksaw or something. And make sure you put your flare fitting on the correct way. And that goes like that. Where's the other bit gone? Ah, that's right. So that fitting there has got like a flat back on it. So I have to turn this die around to give me that flat back. So you've got like two sides. One's for that kind of 45. I think it's 45 degrees, and one's what they call, I don't know, 90 degrees. But it's flat anyway, so that's what we had to do. Remember I had to do it last time on this thing. There you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. That makes a pretty cool flat back bubble fitting, I'll call it. I don't know what the correct terminology is. I'm not an expert in making brake lines and stuff, but I do enjoy having a good brake line tool, man, because that, chances are if I was doing it for one of those little cheapy, you know, handheld twisty jobbies and stuff, I would have just butchered that up. Whereas this one here, even though, you know, I'm not using it every day, man, it just, when you come to use it, you don't dread it, you know what I'm saying? You just go, gonna make it brake flare, and you're done, just like that. The hardest part is remembering how this goes back in here. I can't seem to get it to fit. If it goes like that, then that's not going to shut. It goes sideways like that. Oh. That's the point. Right, I haven't clamped it. I'm just gonna see if I can get this started down here before I go too much further. Just get this, might as well tighten this one up now. I'll check these other two. I'm pretty sure they're tight while I'm down here. Now I haven't got proper line spanners yet. I have looked at them, but they're quite spendy. And these are new nuts, new fittings, so they should be good. Right, so while I'm down here, I might attach some clips up in there. Attach one into there, double up onto that one. I was going to see if I can somehow grab onto that one too, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. Get this bottom section all tidy and tight. While I'm doing this one, get in there. Where's my little ratchet gone? Oh, no. Clamp about there. Am I going to be able to get my ribsert tool in that low? Is the next big question. About there. Drill in here and have it skid off and go all over the place. Yep, like that. Like that. Alright, I'll open that up from the other side now. Already burned the paint off the back side. I'm going to have to adjust this. Should be right, I'll check it from the inside. Should feel good, I think. It's getting real weird and tight. It goes so far and then it feels like it's binding up. I've had this before with some of these rib certs. They can sometimes get a bit damaged in the install somehow, and then damaged more when you cross thread stuff into them. Okay, so it was a little bit ooh in there, a little bit grungy, but nothing to be freaky out about too much. But right, got it. Woohoo! Right, need to tighten these up. Need to get the right size tool for that, or something close. Right there, I reckon. That looking down there, that's close enough. That's all good, I think. Right, tighten those up. What's that? Be metric, probably 14 mil or something. 13 mil it was. Cool to get a little clamp of some sort that kind of just pinches those together. I'm not sure what to use for that. Zip ties? Be cool, yeah, if it just went something that kind of kept them that even distance apart. But that's all kind of as tight as it's going to get now. Like I was saying, I wouldn't mind some kind of like strap clamp thing that just keeps them nicely separated. But yeah, so that's pretty much the brakes all plumbed up, booster, master cylinder and stuff in there now. I wonder if I should go around and open up the bleeders a bit and start feeding some brake fluid into them. I'm just going to put an old pair of shorts there, so if I dribble anything, it doesn't necessarily just dribble out, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I've got a bleeder kit somewhere, like hoses and stuff. I don't like, and I haven't bench bled this because I kind of don't really see the point, unless there's some kind of convoluted science about bleeding on a bench that I don't know about. But okay, right, go and start opening up the bleeders at the back. I've got to get that bleeder kit thing out, my wee bottle and stuff, and keep going on this. Got my little bleeder hose thing set up. I've already broken that bleeder free. I might go and give it a couple of light pumps and see if I can start pushing it through the lines, or whether I just let gravity sort of take its course, which I don't think will happen. And then I kind of got to make sure I can get to everything and make sure there's no leaks at any of my fittings as well. So just give it some gentle pushing, see if we can push some of that air out, start moving the fluid through it. What's happening up here? Can't tell. Weird reservoir. It's hard to tell where my level is. Come back round the back. Well, we've got something going on there, but I don't think it might just be leftover fluid from in here. So, okay, we'll see if we can get some to flow through. The hardest part about doing this itself is you don't have someone to hold the pedal on the floor like I would normally do. Thinking, eh? So started getting a little bit of wetness back here, so I'm just going to pinch it up and jump over to the other side and then work my way around it all a few times. Not super tight just yet because we'll be back, no doubt. Doesn't appear to be nothing coming out of there yet. Keep going for a while. Okay, I think we might be getting somewhere slowly. Oh, is that banjo leaking, or is that coming from up there? It's coming from up there. So I've got fluid coming through now. Pinch that up and move over to the other side. Yeah, I have to admit, I've been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, trying all sorts of different things to get fluid down the back there, and finally it's starting to happen. So we'll move over to, I wouldn't say we've got a pedal, but it's starting to get something. Alright, other side, need a light. Okay, got the bleeder hose and bleeder open on the driver's side rear, so I'm just going to try and pump some fluid through, give it a few pumps, and I'll go and lock it up, then I'll try pumping it and then open it and stuff, you know. So for now, just gonna start it. So that hopefully has pumped a bit through. I need to check the reservoir. Yeah, she's down, she's starting to go through, so I'll top that off. Yeah, there's a bit moving through there now, which is good. Just set the cap on just so I can breathe. Come back over here. There's my knees, both barrels. Okay, so I'll pinch this up and then give it a few pumps. Alright, and open it up down the back, let any air out, hopefully. Then we might move up the front, do another round up the front, see if we can get some fluid through those front calipers. And then rinse and repeat a few times. I didn't hear anything escaping out of there. I'll try pumping some more through. Oh yeah, I think I've got some fluid down the back here, so I heard it going. So they've definitely got some back here. Yeah, my little thingy bob didn't really catch it. We'll move on now to the front. Making a mess. Where's my rag? Uh-oh. This bottle's not the greatest. This is not really panning out, so I might just jam that on there. Like that. And see how it goes when I do some pumpaging. Don't know whether that was doing anything. Did it do anything? Did it do anything? No, it was just single barrel that time. Open up these bottom ones and see if anything comes out via gravity. If I had fluid to it, I'd probably be getting more out of there by now. I'll keep trying and see if we can get a pedal. We're close. We've got fluid down the back, so we just got to get it to pump up to the front now, which you'd think it would go to the front first, but apparently not. Might just kind of do some continuous pumping and see if I can build up a pressure even with air in it, and then release the valves and see what it does. Bloody noisy birds. Okay, so this is where we're at. I couldn't get any fluid to either of the front calipers, so I thought maybe there's a problem with my lines that I made, a kink or something like that. So I disconnected the new line down the bottom there, and nothing coming out of it. So I tried even pumping the pedal, nothing come out of it. So I've disconnected it up here thinking maybe my flare was no good. There was nothing coming out of here. So I made up this little master cylinder bleeder contraption, and I can hear bubbles, but I can't see what's going on when I'm pushing the pedal. So I'm going to have to rely on you fellas. Tell me what's going on. Need to be able to see if it's bubbles or fluid making the noise I can hear. Alright, time to review the footage. Okay, so I figured I was maybe a little low on fluid, so I topped it off, pumped the pedal again, and I'm getting a nice just flow out of here. But reconnect this and I'm not getting anything still, so I might maybe open some bleeders up, see if we can blow through these or something. I don't know, but for some reason I'm not getting anything going through there and into the brakes. So I'll keep at it and I'll keep you informed. Okay, well guys, beat me for today. Every time I put my bleeder thing into there, it'll bleed into there, you know, pump into the reservoir. Every time I hook this back up, it won't pump anything anywhere. So I've opened up the bleeders on both the top bleeders on each front caliper, and topped off the reservoir. I'm just going to let it hopefully maybe bleed down overnight, so maybe gravity bleed, and just see what happens. I've got a run I've got to go going on tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get back onto it maybe tomorrow afternoon and see how it goes. Okay. Also, I might add, I did disconnect that front line and blow just with myself with the bleeders open, blow, you know, my wind down it, and it flows. I could hear fluid percolating in there as I was blowing it out. So I don't know where it's going. Well, it's not going anywhere, but maybe it's just, I don't know, it needs to just get started and then it'll come through. So yeah, we'll let that gravity run its course and see what happens. So again, see you tomorrow. Oh, forgot my chair. Okay, so next day, gravity bleed didn't do nothing. There's nothing at the bleeders. So I'm at a bit of a loss. I think it's like a kind of capillary action of every time I kind of try to pump down into the front, it just seems to want to pump back. So I'm going to have another crack at it before I go out this morning. And while I'm out, I might see if I can pick up one of those vacuum pumps and see if I can kind of suck the fluid through with one of those, and see how we go. Ooh. Oh, crikey, it's a boy. Okay, so we're actually getting somewhere now. Excuse me. Just gonna going through and doing the old steering lock on the brake pedal trick. 4 pumps, hold, go for a walk. I should really grab a rag now, I think. I'll just grab a rag, and yeah, I actually googled bleeding these Willwoods that have got 4 bleeders, and the general rule is these ones are just because the calipers are ambidextrous, which means they can go on either side, and so these are redundant on this side and redundant, the lower ones are redundant on the other side. And you start with the outer bleeder and then go to the inner. So we are got some progress now, getting some fluid to the side, getting somewhere. Right, carry on. Alrighty, so I've got both of these, so they're not spitting anymore. So I'll switch to the other side and see if we can get fluid to the other side, the driver's side, and yeah, hopefully we might start getting a bit of a pedal shortly. At the moment, still haven't really got a pedal, it's just kind of pumping it through, but yeah, pretty much we'll have one whole side that's still full of air. You know what I'm saying? So we'll move over to the other side and have a crack at that. Okay, so this is my first crack at this side, so I heard that air bubble moving there that time. Kind of go through the lines. Can't see any big puddles forming under here except down the back where I spilt heaps of it yesterday. Got that T-joint round about there, so there's no puddle forming there yet, which is good. I'm not going to go rolling around on the floor looking for leaks if I can get this bled up just yet, because I've got my good threads on, so my going out gears, my Sunday best, and because I'm going out for a cruise in a Model A today, so I don't think I've actually been in one of those before, but it'll be good fun. And blue ribbon run for male cancers, prostate cancer or something, I guess. So I'll go and support that, and yeah, but anyway, I'll do some more, and hopefully I'll get a pedal before I go out. What is the time? Gotta go out soon. Okay, onto this side now. It's just spitting a little bit still. Okay, get another go under there, pumping it. Actually got a brake pedal now. Only goes about that far, so this should hopefully be it. Yeah, nice even flow. Oh, little spit still got a little bit of air in there. Do one more, I reckon. Oh yeah, we've got a pedal. Works quite well, that steering lock as a one-man brake bleeding kit. Normally if I got a seat in the vehicle, I just use a piece of wood or a broom handle or something like that to pump it and then hold it against the seat, but that actually works kind of better, and it's got both barrels. It's got added security of being lockable. Lucky last, hopefully. No spits, just flow. Perfect. Make sure they're pinched up now. To get some brake clean and give this all a good hose down, I think. Alright, go and check that pedal now. Oh yeah. Yep. Got brakes. I might actually put the brakes on and see if I can turn any wheels and stuff. Can't turn that one. Yeah, can't turn that one. Oh, can't turn that one. Oh, I can move that one a little bit. Might still have a bit of air back here yet. Or something. Hang on. Yeah, that one's not biting. But... Okay, so we've got a pedal. It's still got that one back wheel's turning a bit. So what I'll do when I get back this afternoon, I think, is I'll go around and I'll go around and I will re-bleed all four corners, starting in that back corner across to that corner, and then we'll go passenger side, driver's side. So I'll go through the whole lot one more time, and hopefully we'll have brakes all the way around. But yeah, finally. Sometimes you just need to sleep on things, I reckon. This happens to me quite a lot. She's still We've got flow in there. Oh, I'm a bit puffed. This happens quite a lot. I'll struggle with something at the end of the day, and then I come down the next day and just crack it. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. So yeah, we got a brake pedal. Doesn't go, but it stops. So yeah, so we'll go back through this afternoon. I was hoping to maybe get the handbrake hooked up in this go round as well, but I'm running out of weekend, so well, I might run out of weekend. Might be a bit optimistic to get that dialed, so we might do that as a separate. But yeah, anyway, we'll catch up later on after I've been out cruising. Hey guys, so I'm back, and I'm gonna give this go round one more round with the bleed, see if I can get this right rear to pull up, get the air out of it. So let's get under there and get our hands dirty. Let's do it. Alright, I'll try a bit of light on the subject. Okay, we got a wee bubble come out. What's that in there? I wonder if that's something off that rubber. Oh, I might try a few more times and I've been around the well, I've been hang on, I catch my breath. I've been through the process of bleeding this side about 6 more times since I switched the camera off, and then now have switched it back on again, and I think I've got it all out, all the air out, and yeah, I can't turn the wheel, put it that way, as it sits at the moment. So I'll just go through all the rest of them again now, and then we'll go through and check for leaks. Ow. And lucky last, I think, definitely getting a pedal, good pedal. Yep. Yes. Alrighty, so got a good pedal now. Just kind of cleaning off any extra dribblage that I inadvertently caused. I've got a big smudge on my screen. Hang on a sec, fellas. Don't know how long that's been there. Sorry. Technical difficulties, you know how it is in Hollywood. There's some stuff going on over there, I'll tell you that. Alright, so I just gotta give these a final little bit of a rinse, and then we'll go around and check for leaks. Oh, missed. Get rid of that one, long shot. And sniped. Yeah. So, yeah. So that'll evaporate shortly. There's an expressway just over there. It wasn't open when we first bought this house, but It's open now, and all the P-rods go screaming down there, and all the Charlie Harrisons go ripping on down there and tap out at 160k. But anyway, they probably go faster, but you know, just saying. Yeah, so checking for leaks down here. She's looking good. That might be a first. Yeah, that's all dry all around there. I can't see anything. You guys see anything? No, cool. Can't see anything up there on that fitting. There's enough dust on here that if I was leaking at any of these fittings, I would know about it pretty quick. Where else do I need to check? Check up there, that was just a single barrel. That's all dry. That's dry. Sweet, looking good. Looking good, fellas, looking good. Need to check up at that one up there. Up in here. That's all looking good. Can't see nothing. Balance the nuts right. Yep, and over this side. Clink. She's looking good there too. Can't see nothing. Banjos seem to be alright, I think. It's hard to tell when you've kind of spilt fluid all over all around over this area here, whether there's any wetness you see is, you know, from the bleeding process or whether it's from a leak. So I'm going to take that as it's from the bleeding process. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, geezer. So, hang on. Disco time. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Not a P. Diddy party. Just okay. Just like graceful, like a graceful thing. Anyway, so we got brakes and we don't have any leaks that I can see at this point. Might be different once we get some boost in that pedal, but we'll be checking that again once the engine runs and we get vacuum to create boost on the brake booster. But yeah, excited. Thing that has to be done to put this pedal rubber on. Yeah, even got dirt and stone stuck in it from the previous owner. That's alright. It's got to look used, worn in, and authentic on this particular part. Other stuff I'm a bit more finicky about, put it that way. So we got brakes, check that out. Oh, is that a pedal or what? Still up in the air. We're going to leave it like that for now. I'll just monitor the brake system for any leaks and stuff, but let us know what you think about the old steering lock one-man bleeding system. Yesterday when I started bleeding this, I wasn't being very methodical, I have to be honest, and I was kind of, you know, the pressures of, you know, creating some YouTube content and trying to get the brakes done, and I was trying to get it done within a certain time frame. I wasn't really thinking that clearly, if you know what I mean, my process and my procedure. I was, you know, pumping away, trying to get fluid to just pump through. I wasn't thinking about the pullback that you get, sort of thing. So I wasn't shutting off the bleeders, and I was, you know, just trying to pump stuff through. It wasn't working. And when I sort of checked myself and slowed down, and especially this morning, and went a bit more back to basics, back to what I know and how I've always done it, without the the spotlight of YouTube on me, I kind of got it to work, and now I've got brakes. Even though the car doesn't go, I can make it stop. If it rolls away, I can jump in and just hit the brakes, you know, like on the pedal, and then it'll stop. So yeah, like I say, like this is like I've always said on my channel, it's not a how-to videos and all that kind of stuff. It is just how I get things done eventually, and eventually I got brakes. And I mean, but yeah, folk, this has probably been the trickiest one other than my Plymouth, and that was more of a drum adjustment stuff. The truck, when I built the truck and did the brakes, I just put it together, poured some fluid into it, and just went through the opposite corner, then the same corner, back to front, rah-de-rah, and just pumped up, you know, pump it up, release it, pump it up, release it, pump it up, release it. And this time around I didn't do that. I don't know why I wasn't thinking straight, but we got there in the end, if you know what I mean. And we got a good pedal, super good pedal, and hopefully brakes all the way around. It feels like they're there, without obviously being able to put any kind of load on it and boost through the booster. It's sort of still a little bit, we'll have to wait and see once we get the car running, if you know what I mean. But yeah, pretty happy with that. In the end, we got brakes. That was my goal for this weekend in this video, and even though I started it during the week, was to get my brakes on the Area 51 and get the, you know, the bracketry up under there, so in the very near future we can start, you know, working out all the wiring and the harness and all the switches and all that kind of crap, which should be all good, I think. And yeah, so that's it for this one anyway. As always, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, let us know what you think about using the old steering lock as a assistant. And I think it worked really well, probably better than a piece of wood because it's adjustable. And don't forget, we're on the Instagram and the Facebook. And yeah, as always, thanks very much for watching. We're almost about to hit a milestone as we speak of the 4,000 watch hours per annum for my channel, which is a milestone, and hasn't quite hit it yet. Keeps nudging it and then dropping back, but as always, thank you for watching and supporting the channel and helping me get it going and growing. I'd like to grow it a little bit more, and I'd like to, you know, expand on this YouTube adventure, as weird as it is. So anyway, enough jibber jabber. Until next time, take it easy and peace. 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 And peace.